Chrisley Knows Best, The Chrisley Family Ages and More. The Chrisley Knows Best family cannot really hold much back, being on a popular reality series. It also does not help that mom and dad, Julie and Todd, are in some serious legal hot water. This has further put them and their entire family front and center, under a microscope at all times. The whole family has seemingly grown up in a blink of an eye. So, how old are they all? And what really keeps them going throughout their daily lives? Read on to find out. Todd and Julie, starting the Chrisley Knows Best family tree. Let's be clear. Nanny Faye is the true matriarch, but she will be addressed shortly. Todd has come in with his words of wisdom and random quirks. With his family series still airing on the USA Network, there are stories still to be told and Toddisms to be shared. Despite looking fresh-faced and having a very youthful spirit, just how old is Todd? According to Distractify, the father of 5 turned 53 in April. He has worked hard to become what he is through his reality projects and familial promotions. As for the woman always by his side, that would be his wife Julie. The two have been married for a quarter of a century and seem to be quite happy. She can laugh at him and roll her eyes, but they make it work. At 49, she has already battled and beat breast cancer. Though she adores her family, Julie truly adores being in the kitchen and cooking up a storm. She previously had a food blog called The Chrisley Kitchen where she shared her favorite recipes. All around down-home mama. Savannah Chrisley, beauty entrepreneur. The Chrisley's 24-year-old daughter is living her life. On the verge of turning 25 in August, Savannah has a successful company called Sassy by Savannah. It includes beauty products and has even expanded to eyeglassware. Though she has had an up-and-down romance with her ex-fiancé Nick Curdiles, they still have a friendship. She is spreading positivity and happiness despite her parents' current judgment. He always has a smart remark, but keeps the family on their toes much like his father. At 26, Chase has a girlfriend who he is happy to share, Emmy Metters. Additionally, it seems he is a budding entrepreneur, working on his own line of candles. Now that the youngest Chrisley is now 16, fans are shocked at what a handsome young man he has become. He spent the recent holiday weekend with his brother and his bro's girlfriend. She shared some grown-up photos of the teen, and it is probably hard to reconcile that he is not a little boy anymore. He is finding his footing, and it is great to watch. Chrisley Knows Best would not be the same without the heart of the show and everyone's little love. Chloe 9 can be a bit feisty and sassy, but she is the apple of the family's eye and can brighten every day. Though she left the series early on, Lindsay is still a very valid member of this family. The 32-year-old has a very successful podcast with teen mom 2 alum Kaylin Lowry. At the same time, she is raising her son, Jackson, who she shares with ex-husband Will Campbell. Though he had a rough relationship with his parents, it seems that Kyle, Todd, and Julie are trying to make it work. According to Life and Style, they have come back together and Kyle, 31, has a lot to celebrate. In 2021, he married Ashley Nelson and has been able to spend more time with his daughter, Chloe. Yes, little Chloe is his, but Todd and Julie took custody of her when he was no longer capable of caring for her. Hopefully, this can continue on a happy path. Nanny Faye Chrisley may be 78, but she has the spirit of a teenager. She is open to trying absolutely everything and has the utmost in spunk. Sadly, America's favorite grandmother is now in treatment for bladder cancer, so we wished her a speedy recovery. It is doubtful anything can keep her down for long. The camera loves the Chrisleys. It loves the blinding white of their Atlanta mansion, the immaculate coif of Todd Chrisley's hair, and the effortless, albeit often over-the-top, glamour of their lives. Chrisley Knows Best wasn't just a reality TV show. It was a carefully constructed Southern fried spectacle, a glossy, high-definition exploration of wealth, family dysfunction, and the perpetual struggle of children trying to escape their patriarch's golden, yet overly controlling, grasp. The show's brilliance, or its most compelling hook, was its calculated performance of authenticity. In a sea of unscripted dramas, the Chrisleys embraced the tropes of a classic sitcom, complete with running gags, moral of the story endings, and a seemingly bottomless budget for expensive pranks and lavish consequences. At the heart of this gilded cage stood Todd Chrisley, the self-proclaimed patriarch of perfection. Todd was the magnetic center, a man who saw micromanagement not as a flaw, but as a spiritual calling. His one-liners became instant catchphrases, delivered with a distinctly Southern drawl and a theatrical flair that could rival a Broadway star. Class, not ass, he'd famously decree about his daughter Savannah's attire, encapsulating his brand of moralizing traditionalism wrapped in a designer bow. He was the father knows best of the 21st century, except he didn't just know best, he knew everything, from the moment his children Chase and Savannah left the house, courtesy of GPS trackers in their luxury cars, to the precise shade of lipstick Julie was wearing. His wife, Julie Chrisley, was his essential counterweight, the warm, grounded Southern supermom who could stand up to Todd's fire. She was the family's anchor, a breast cancer survivor with a quiet strength that often tempered Todd's storm. While Todd obsessed over aesthetics and control, Julie focused on home, hearth, and the family's emotional center, a subtle power dynamic that provided a more realistic layer to the sitcom-like facade. The children, particularly Chase and Savannah, were the show's primary engines of conflict. Chase, the resident troublemaker and mini-me of Todd's rebellious youth, was constantly trying to scheme his way around his father's iron-fisted rules. Their dynamic was a theatrical tug-of-war. Chase sneaking out to a party, only to find his Range Rover wheel clamped by his own father. It was a comedy bit, yes, but one that highlighted the show's central tension, the battle for autonomy under intense scrutiny. Savannah, the pageant queen turned entrepreneur, navigated her own struggle. She was the overachiever, striving to meet the impossibly high standards of her father while also asserting her independence. Her storylines often revolved around her love life or her fledgling business ventures, always under the critical, yet fiercely protective, eye of Todd. Then there was the undeniable fan favorite, Nanny Faye Chrisley, Todd's mother. Nanny Faye existed in a delightful, slightly mischievous parallel universe. Her storylines often involved gambling, moonshine, and generally acting as the ultimate disruptor to Todd's meticulously planned life. She represented the unpolished, fun side of their Southern heritage, providing an intergenerational comic relief that viewers adored because she was the one person who could truly get away with defying Todd.